family is a two-income family with 2 young children, one in preschool and the other in elementary school. Mr. Vance works for the city, and Mrs. Vance works as a school secretary. Below is an example of the Vance family budget for 1 month. So we've got taxes and insurance. This is the total they pay for taxes and insurance, $1,356.18. And then we've got retirement and savings. They pay $461.32 for retirement and college fund and emergency fund. And then there are other expenses like their mortgage, that's what they pay towards their house, their utilities, their 2 car payments, the insurance for the car and home, gas and car maintenance, and so on. So the first question asks us if Mr. and Mrs. Vance are both paid a salary. That means a set amount per year as opposed to a wage. A wage is per hour. So if they're both paid a set amount per year, what must their combined together annual for 1 year salary be in order to meet their budget needs? So how much are both of them making together per year in order to meet all these needs? So we first need to find out their total expenses per month. So how much do they have? How much are they paying here? So they're paying $1,356.18. So we got 1356.18 plus the retirement, which is 461.32, and then plus the other expenses, which is $4,084.91. And we're going to want to make sure that we line up this decimal when we're adding. And we add these up, and we should get $5,902.41. That's their total expenses per month. That's their total budget per month. Total expenses. So if they have to make this much together per month, then we can find out how much they need to make per year. Right, so this is per month. There are 12 months in a year. So we're going to take this number, the $5,902.41 that they have to make per month. And we want to know for 12 months or 1 year, so times 12. And that will give us $70,828.92. That's the joint income. That's how much both of them need to make together per year in order to afford all these expenses. So that's our answer right there. $70,828.92. Now for number 2. If Mr. and Mrs. Vance are paid an hourly wage, that means per hour, what is the minimum they each must make per hour, assuming they each work 40 hours per week for 50 weeks per year to meet their budget needs? So, first let's figure out how much, if they're working 40 hours per week and they're working 50 weeks, they're working a total of 2,000 hours each. There are 2 of them, so times 2, they're both working 4,000 together. They're working 4,000 hours per year. So 4,000 hours per year, that's for 1 year, hours for 1 year. And we want to know how much they need to make. Let's see. Sorry, I screwed this up. Here we got. We got 4,000 per year. They need to make this much money in 4,000 hours. So we need to know how much. So if it's that much money in 4,000 hours, $70,828.92 in a combined 4,000 hours, and we want to know how much they would need to make for 1 hour. So, divide by 4,000, divide by 4,000, 70,828.92. Let's pull up the calculator for this. 70828.92 divided by 4,000 gives us $17.70. That's this 7 makes this 0 go up to a 1. So they must have an hourly wage of $17.71. It rounds to a 71. So that's how much they both must be making. $17.71 per hour at 2,000 hours per year. Last question. What percent of their total budget is allotted to the taxes and insurance and retirement and savings categories combined? Okay, so let's go up here. And we know for the taxes and insurance, they've got $1,356.18. That's their taxes and insurance. And then for their total retirement and savings, that's $461.32. So we're going to have to add those up and make it into a fraction and then a decimal and then a percent. So they're making they're paying $1,356.18 in taxes and insurance. They're also paying $461.32 in retirement and savings. And then the total amount, that's the part. And the total expenses is $5,902.41. Okay, so we're going to add these up first. That will give us $1,817.50. That's the taxes and the retirement savings. And the total amount is, the total budget's $5,902.41. So all we got to do is divide these, turn them into a decimal, and then a percent. So top in, bottom out, we're going to use a calculator though. 1817.5 divided by 5902.41 equals 0.307. 0.307. We're looking for the nearest percent, so we move the decimal twice to go from decimal to percent. So that would be roughly 31%. This 7 will make this 0 go up to a 1. So it's roughly 31% on taxes and retirement and insurance and savings.